Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sean Snyder, principal of Milford High School. I am so happy to see so many friends and family here to celebrate the 2018 graduation ceremony. To begin our evening, I ask all to rise for the national anthem performed by Milford High School Concert Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to this magnificent evening as we celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2018. Tonight's event is often referred to as a commencement ceremony, and while this marks the end of high school for our students, it is important to remember that commencement means to begin. This evening, we take a moment to reflect upon the amazing journey that each of you have completed. Some of you will enter the workforce, while others go on to college or military service. Your journeys will be as distinct and unique as each of you are. And while we must remain here to prepare the next class of Milford graduates, we hope that you know that we, your teachers, will be there with you. The skills and knowledge you have acquired here have prepared you to pursue your dreams. Work hard, be bold, dream big. We believe in your talent, class of 2018, and we are excited to see what you will achieve next. But before we move any further, it is important to acknowledge our guest this evening. I'd like to recognize Senator Gary Simpson, Representative Harvey Kenton, Representative Dave Wilson, and Representative Charles Postles. I would also like to recognize our Mayor, Archie Campbell. And Chief Kenneth Brown. In addition, joining me on the podium tonight will be Superintendent Dr. Kevin Dickerson, Assistant Principal Dr. Katie Marble, and Assistant Principal Dr. John Epstein. At this time, I ask all Milford teachers and staff to rise to be acknowledged. Please. Without your support and work, nothing today would have been possible. Thank you. Finally, I ask that all Milford School District administrative team please rise to be recognized. Thank you for your support this year for our staff and students. At this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Melina Hudson and Mr. Janeel Johnson, who will perform the song I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack.
Sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed.
I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance.
I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making.
Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance,
I hope you dance.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who's gonna look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone.
I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens.
Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance.
I hope you dance.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along.
I hope
Tell
you
me
dance.
who's gonna look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone.
Good evening. Thank you, Melina and Janelle, for a wonderful performance. Congratulations again and a great performance. To the great class of 2018, on behalf of the Milford School District and Board of Education, congratulations on your accomplishment this evening. Thank you for representing Milford High School and Milford School District in such a positive light and being outstanding leaders for our entire district community. We are very proud of each of you and wish you much success as you proceed through life. Again, congratulations to the great class of 2018. At this time, I would like to invite 2018 Class President, Ms. Emily Holstein, to the podium. Emily is an accomplished student, leader, and athlete at MHS. She graduates with many college credits from completing numerous dual enrollment and advanced placement courses. Emily will attend St. Bonaventure University to major in elementary education and participate in NCAA track and cross country. Please welcome 2018 Class President, Ms. Emily Holstein.
On behalf of my class, I'd like to thank our class advisor, Mr. Ron Boschel, for everything he's done for us. Mr. Boschel did much of the behind-the-scenes work for homecomings, junior prom, the senior picnic, and just about anything pertaining to our class, and made sure that everything was the best it could possibly be. I'd also like to thank all of the teachers and administration, and a few in specific. Guidance counselor, Mr. Sharp, who assisted many of us pertaining to future career paths, whether it was finding scholarships or ensuring that the students took the ASVAB if the military was in their future. Mr. Snyder as well, for always being able to listen and assist no matter the issue. And Ms. Boone, because volunteering in the office this past semester made me realize how much you truly do. I'd also like to thank my fellow classmates. It's been a pleasure to represent a class of such ambition and kindness. While many see an array of maroon and gold, I see young mothers who want to provide for their child. I see survivors of cancer and illness. I see people who are courageous enough to hold their family's well-being in their hands and still make their education a priority. I was honored enough to get to know every single one of you, and for the ones that I didn't speak to often, I wish you the best as well. My fellow classmates, you can now breathe. Wise Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "With a new day comes new strength and new thoughts." We are at our finish line and beginning our next phase. I wish nothing but happiness and all the dreams that you have set for yourself accomplished. Remember, there is no set time in accomplishing your dreams. You and only you have the future in your hands. Thank you guys for giving me the honor to represent a class with such spirit and wisdom. In addition, I would like to thank Mr. Wink, the athletic director, and all the coaches for pushing us to the best of our abilities, as well as helping us balance sports with school. And to my parents, thank you for allowing me to bloom into the best I could possibly be. You guys deserve the world, and I promise that one day I'll give it to you. To conclude, I'm proud to announce our senior class gifts will be a guidance informational center, as well as a water fountain with a filtration. Again, it's been an honor to represent you guys. And congratulations and good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Emily. With great appreciation, I accept these gifts on behalf of Milford High School. Before we move forward, I realize that I forgot to acknowledge one group of people that definitely would not be possible without them. Please join me in welcoming our board members that are here tonight. Mr. Hunter Emery, Mr. Marvin Shellhouse, Mrs. Judy Purcell, Mrs. Sharon Kirby, Mr. Ronald Evans, and our board president, Mrs. Renata Weiler. Thank you, guys. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Kevin Dickerson to help me present the Superintendent's Honor Roll. Students on Superintendent's Honor Roll have earned honor roll every marking period all 4 years of their high school career. This is an amazing accomplishment. Dr. Marvel will assist with the medaling ceremony. Would our Superintendent's Honor Roll students please rise? Leah Barnett. Darby Brennan. Amari Collins. Caitlin Cupelli. Joseph Dean IV. Thomas Devaney. Millicent Dill. Hunter Fry. Shane Gaglione. Noah Garlick. Sarah Garrity. Bryce Greenlee. Kaylee Gross. Emily Holstein. Melina Hudson. Danielle Kalajian. Donovan Leedy. Hannah Marcel. Zoe Mast. Lauren McNulty. Sydney Millman. Cole Niebert. Caden Opplinger. Ashley Pierce. Carson Rios. Kevin Rossetti. Cindy Sebastian Sandoval. Angela Snowden. Kyle Strassel. Jordan Tribbett. Kayla Weldon. Brianna Wells. Gabriel White. Riley Wolfenden. One more round of applause for our Superintendent's Honor Roll. Thank you. You may return to your seats. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Katie Marvel to the podium to introduce this year's salutatorian.
Good evening. Miss Caitlin Capelli has earned a 4.74 GPA during her time at Milford High School. Daughter of Robert and Pamela Capelli of Milford, Caitlin is a hardworking and determined individual. She strives to excel in all that she does. Caitlin is very involved in school and around the community. She's vice president of the Student Government Association and a member of the National Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, and the Journalism Club. In the fall, Caitlin plans to attend the University of Maryland College Park and major in journalism. Your 2018 salutatorian, Ms. Caitlin Capelli.
Hello, class of 2018.
It's an amazing feeling to be here with you today. After all, we've only been hearing about this day for our entire lives. I wanted to start this speech by saying some thank yous to those who have helped me to get to where I am right now. To my teachers for putting the time in to teach and educate me. I've been lucky enough to have extraordinary teachers who made sure that I received the best education possible. And because of this, I feel like I'm more than ready to go on to college and be successful there. To my parents for always believing in me and helping me to achieve my goals. You two told me at the beginning of the year that you believed I could become salutatorian if I tried my hardest. But even if I didn't, you'd still be just as proud of me. I've really appreciated that. To my best friend Caitlin, who I couldn't have made it through high school without. And of course, to my Uncle Ron, or as many of you know him, Senior Voschel. My uncle always made sure that I had the best high school experience possible, and I couldn't thank him more for that. I can honestly say that I'm not sure I would be standing up here if it weren't for his constant reassurance and guidance. I'd also like to provide a word of advice to my fellow graduates. Mohandas Gandhi says that the future depends on what you do today, and that couldn't be more true with where we are right now. I hope that all of you will seize the opportunity you've been given today and go on to do incredible things, whether that be furthering your education, going into the workforce, or something else. I mean it when I say I couldn't have asked to be a part of a better graduating class with so much potential and possibility. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished so far, and good luck. Here's to the future.
On behalf of the Milford High School, the Milford School District, and in recognition of your accomplishments, Mr. Sharp, Senior School Counselor, will present you with your salutatorian award. Caitlin, you may want to keep it here, just so nobody can come back. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Epstein to the podium to introduce our 2018 valedictorian.
Thank you, Dr. Marvel. It is my pleasure to present this year's valedictorian, Miss Melina Hudson. Melina is a hardworking, fun-loving member of Milford High School. She has earned a 4.83 grade point average in her time at Milford High School. Melina is president of the National Honor Society, drum major of the marching band, captain of the soccer team, and a member of the Spanish National Honor Society, FFA, and drama club throughout high school. She is active in the community and has provided innumerable volunteer hours to multiple organizations such as Milford Parks and Recreation and the Mispillion Art League. Melina is excited to attend the University of Pittsburgh and double major in engineering and music in the fall. Please join me in welcoming our valedictorian, Melina Hudson.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor to be speaking to you on this very special occasion. It is surreal. It is only fitting that for graduation, we are standing here in Briggs Stadium, where innumerable pep rallies, sporting events, homecomings, and community events have taken place. Take a few seconds to really grasp that idea, to be in this moment. The beauty of our community from past events and the beauty of our community right now, all gathered here today, is emanating from this very field. I hope the English department doesn't cringe too much when I use the cliche, "It takes a village." I would like to thank Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Snyder, Ms. Micklejohn, and Mrs. Gott for always listening to me, especially this year. I would also like to thank Mrs. Evans for introducing self-care to me. Mr. Voschel for being the most dedicated and outgoing class advisor. Mr. Sharp for getting us through high school and to our futures. And of course, the amazing Mr. Snyder, who makes every day better by ensuring that we know he cares about us. Outside of MHS, I have to applaud my family for driving me to everything, guiding me through my struggles, and forming the foundations of my personality. Lastly, I need to thank my 5th grade teacher, Miss Mall. She has the strongest character and the largest heart. She has been there for both me and my family in ways that should be published in newspapers. Thank you to these individuals and everyone who has helped me in my life thus far. As we go into our futures, anxiety and fear is inevitable. In an effort to extinguish worries, we often try to find a solid definition of how we should be feeling. Society gives us templates for how to feel. I think of them as Hallmark card pre-packaged emotions. If I have learned anything in high school, it is that we have to struggle on our own. Each person must find what works for him or her individually. In my personal struggle, I have come to the realization that life is just one big paradox. It is a self-contradictory concept that is true and actually requires contradiction in order to make any sense. In life, you have to study, yet you must relax. You have to exercise, yet you must rest. You have to be selfless and care for others, yet you must watch out for yourself at the same time. You have to grow and chase your dreams, yet you mustn't forget your roots. Graduation itself has a double meaning. It is an ending and a beginning. My favorite song, Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath, explains this with the lyrics, "The closer you get to the meaning, the sooner you'll know that you're dreaming." So in your life, the best piece of advice that I could give you is this. Be open-minded and allow yourself to understand multiple viewpoints. Understand that life is not black and white. Life is not cut and dry. There is not one answer to every problem. You will drive yourself crazy if you think you have found the definitive answer to your question, and then you're crushed when you find out that that might not always be true. Whether they do this knowingly or not, so many people spend their lives trying to find permanence. And anything outside of that, like divorce or a career change, is seen as failure. No! Life is fluid and protean. How else would society progress if people always abided by the norm? Routine and consistency are necessary in certain aspects of life, but if you stray from permanence, don't be afraid. You are not failing in doing this, you are growing. Like Mr. Ferketic told us in A-Push class, it's an ebb and flow. Don't force yourself to settle down because social norms make you feel like you have to. Take joy in the chaos. It is certainly more interesting than monotony. As F. Scott Fitzgerald said, the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. Have a fluid mindset. Be open to change. Don't fear the cognitive dissonance. In short, my wish to everyone is that you can live your life and be able to enjoy as much of it as possible. I truly believe that opening your mind and embracing the ebb and flow of life will allow you to do that. I wanted to share this with you all because I want the best for you. Not just the graduates, but everyone within earshot. Most importantly, I would like to end with this. Thank you to the Milford community for growing this group of graduates. I cannot stress enough how teachers, parents, and everyone in our life have contributed to this moment. Graduation is not just a celebration of the work of these 230 graduates. It is a celebration of the entire community's work. The last four letters of the word communities are T, I, E, and S, ties. Wherever you go, dive into your community. Create ties with people. Sure, I will remember the awards I've won. Sure, I will remember my hardest test. But I will carry with me the ties that I have made in this community. Class of 2018, here we go. I hope your futures are full of struggle, success, and love. And everyone, From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Thank you, Melina. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 valedictorian, Melina Hudson. Nice job. You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, students, for your words of encouragement and advice. You make us all proud to be Buccaneers. I want to thank the many people who helped make this graduation a success. Mrs. Kate Lynch as SGA advisor. Mr. Voschel, the 2018 class advisor. Our school counselors, Mr. Barry, Mr. Sharp, and Mrs. Reese. Mrs. Boone, Mrs. Scarborough, and Mrs. White, who spent many hours organizing this event. Mrs. Smith and our amazing Milford band. And Mr. Drummond and our grounds crew. This night would not have happened without their contribution and teamwork. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. The Milford School District Board of Education, having duly certified that students have completed all the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the state of Delaware and the Milford School District, it is my pleasure and honor to present the class of 2018 for the awarding of their diplomas. At this time, I would ask the board president, Mrs. Renata Wiley, and Superintendent, Dr. Kevin Dickerson, to join me to confer the diplomas. My fellow administrators, Dr. Katie Marvel and Dr. John Epstein, will now present the names of the seniors receiving a diploma.
Please note that our superintendent's honor roll recipients will receive their diplomas first, and then we will proceed alphabetically through our seniors. At this time, I ask Leah Barnett and the remainder of her row to stand. Leah Nicole Barnett. Darby Rose Brennan. Amari Dejan Collins. Caitlin Clotilde Capelli. Joseph Newkirk Dean IV. Thomas Edward Devaney. Millicent Eris Irina Dill. Hunter Travis Fry. Shane Anthony Gaglione. Noah Tyler Garlick. Sarah Ellen Garrity. Bryce David Greenlee. Kaylee Gabrielle Gross. Emily Elizabeth Holstein. Melina Nicole Hudson. Danielle Nicole Kalajian. Donovan Jacob Leedy. Hannah Madeline Marcel. Zoe Rianne Mast. Lauren Marie McNulty. Sydney Nicole Millman. Cole Anthony Niebert. Caden Samuel Oplinger. Ashley Christina Pierce. Carson Ricardo Rios. Kevin Zachary Rossetti. Sydney Adeline Sebastian Sandoval. Angela Michelle Snowden. Kyle David Strassel. Jordan Patrick Tribbett. Kalia Nicole Weldon. Brianna Nicole Wells. Gabriel Cullen White. Riley Ross Wolfenden. Morgan Bailey Abbott. Jacqueline Colleen Adams. Eric Ray Adkins Jr. Jose Nestor Amaro Cruz. Erica Faye Amadeo. Myrna Alejandra and Greta Ibarra. Cease Sherlande Luria Azor. Sydney Marie Bacon. Denidra Tayasha Victoria Bailey. Lamisha Tyshell Bailey. Alina Serahiva Bashkarova. Kenneth Christopher Baxter. Eliza Baylus. Tyreek Terrell Benson. Destiny Star Bentley. Courtney Ann Betts. Tobias Allen Byro. Skylar Nicole Bohenko. Gloria Michaela Bontrager Thomas. David Lee Bowman, Jr. Tyler Andrew Bradford. Callahan Joseph Bradley. Zachary Ryan Briggs. Liz Augusta Brown. Kamar Allen Brown. Daniel Shamar Brown Gordon. Terry Monet Nashe Brewington. Joshua Valentino Morales Burgos. Kayla Monique Butler. Cheyenne Marie Kane. Nicholas Joseph Capice. Caitlin Nicole Carlisle. Nicole Lynn Carino. Albert Morale Casabella. Casey Leanne Casper. Rebecca Castaneda Nava. Parker William Chandler. Drew Adam Chasanoff. John Charles Christian III. Laya Simone Cleveland. Victoria Teresa Clow. Versan Combrain. Ryan Michael Kaur. Ronaldson Corville. Darian Mark Douglas Cote. Sage Elizabeth Culver. Maurice Wendell Daniels III. Zainair Tyja Marie Darden. Caitlin Kelly Davies. Raquel Malin Davis. Sergeline DeBrossi. Emma Claire Deal. Richard Jonathan De Leon Romero. James Robert Dennis. Courtney Lee DeReamer. Marialia Diaz Lopez. Patrick Hunter Donovan. Jakayla Janae Dunning. Thomas Ryan Eisenbray. Jonathan Andrew Ellingsworth. Akila Danae Unique Ellis. Adriana Lynn Engelman. Michael Adam Engelman Jr. Christopher Scott Erickson. Jeremiah Micaiah Farrington. Umbreen Fatima. Juan Fernandez Nunez. Nicholas Andrew Fisher. Nyasia Erica Marquita Floyd. Gunnar Manning Folke. Brandon Jerome Foster. Andrew Paul Fulton Jr.
Jonathan Garcia Elon. Armando Garcia Castellanos. Olman Cirilla Garcia Cifuentes. Kyla Ann Gibbs. Ivana Gonzalez. Cameron Jamar Griffin. Bradley Richard Haggerty. Nathaniel James Hall. Michael J. Hartzell. Tyler Daniel Hairholt.